Hello everyone, good day. I am Miss Virginia Picardo, or you can call me Teacher Virg. I am your journalism teacher for today's session. Today, we will discuss about the 3 easy steps on how to formulate a lead. At the end of this session, we will formulate the lead using the 3 easy steps in news writing. So be with me and let's learn together the 3 easy steps in formulating a lead for news writing.
What is news? News is information that is published in newspapers and broadcast on radio and television about recent events in the country, world, or in a particular area. In other words, news is recent information, current events, somebody or something interesting, or something previously unknown. Newsworthiness depends on a good lead. Lead is an opening paragraph that gives the audience the most important information of the news story in a concise and clear manner while maintaining the reader's interest. Here is an example of a good lead. There are two types of lead, the straight or the summary lead and the novelty lead. Straight or summary lead is the most common and traditional lead. It is meant to give a quick summary in as few words as possible, and it's usually one sentence. It contains most of 5 W's and 1 H. Let us examine the following sentences and identify the keywords that are essential in formulating a summary lead. The highlighted keywords are the corresponding responses for the 5 W's and 1 H questions. With that, we come up 6 possible leads. Next, we have novelty lead. When we say novelty lead, it is new, unusual, original, or alternative. There are different types of novelty lead. First, we have the astonisher lead. It uses an interjection or an exclamatory sentence. Second, contrast lead. It describes two extremes or opposites for emphasis. Third, we have epigram lead. It opens by quoting a common expression, verse, or epigram at least familiar in the locality. Fourth, picture lead. It describes to create a mental picture of the subject. Fifth, background lead. It describes the setting of the events or the persons involved. Sixth, we have parody lead. It consists of a parody of a well-known poem, songs, or lines. Next, we have punch lead. It is a short, purposeful word or expression. Next, we have the quotation lead. It consists of speakers' direct words, which are very striking. And lastly, question lead. It is an answer of a question, which is the basis of the news story. Now that you already know the types of novelty lead, let's have a practice activity if you can identify what type of lead is being presented. Let's call this activity Detect Lead. Are you ready? Let's begin. Number 1. President Duterte warns corrupt government officials. Letter A, cartridge lead. Letter B, contrast lead. And letter C, punch lead. Number 2. 20 years ago, he was the school janitor. Now, he came back to become the school principal. Letter A, cartridge lead. Letter B, contrast lead. Or letter C, punch lead. Number 3. The new principal, although only in his early 30s, is already silver-haired. He seldom talks, but when he does, he talks with sense. Letter A, punch lead. Letter B, picture lead. Letter C, parody lead. Number 4, can K-12 basic education program improves the quality of graduates? Letter A, astonisher lead. Letter B, quotation lead. Letter C, question lead. Number 5, the Lynns called for a pizza, but their pizza delivery man turned out to be so much more. Letter A, punch lead. Letter B, quotation lead. Letter C, background lead. Alright, let's check if you got the correct answer. Number 1, letter A, cartridge lead. Number 2, letter B, contrast lead. Number 3, letter B, picture lead. Number 4, letter C, question lead. Number 5, letter A, punch lead. Did you get a perfect score? Impressive! Earlier, we discussed about the types of lead. Now, we will discuss the 3 easy steps in formulating a lead. The first step is to take note and answer the fundamental questions, the 5 W's and 1 H. Remember, be sure to answer these questions in your lead and leave the less important information for the later part in your article. Second is to write short and simple lead but powerful to reflect. Don't bog your reader down with overly complicated language or extra words. Remember the word KISS or KISS. Keep it short and simple. And lastly, don't bury your lead. Your lead is your hook, the thing that makes the reader interested in your story. If you bury it, then their interest might be buried along with it. They shouldn't have to ask themselves what the story is about. You should be telling them up front. Did you enjoy our lesson today? Great! I hope you will always remember the 3 easy steps in writing a lead. And that ends our lesson for today. Thank you for listening. See you in our next session.
The COVID-19 pandemic has harshly tinted the fragility of the education system, and it is therefore vital that the innovation and creativity stimulated by this crisis be leveraged to make education system more just, comprehensive, and resilient. In response to a world drastically shifting, the Department of Education innovate Sulong Edukalidad so as to maintain educational continuity. Sulong Edukalidad highlights on 4 reforms in basic education: K-12 curriculum review and update, improving learning environment, teachers' upskilling and reskilling, and engagement of stakeholders for support and collaboration. This school year, Misamis Oriental General Comprehensive High School continues to be involved in Sulong Edukalidad as it launches Mogchs' reading program, Project Reach, Reading Enhancement Across Curriculum Habit Brigada Eskwela Pagbasa 2021. Brigada Eskwela Pagbasa serves as a platform to synergize efforts and resources to attend to education-related challenges, particularly on literacy and numeracy. It also creates opportunities for all stakeholders to present potential solutions to the existing gaps in country's education system, especially in equipping the learners with the 21st century skills. A detailed and comprehensive set of action plan was then crafted and carried out, headed by our principal, Dr. Abdon R. Bacayana, together with the Mogchs Reading Program Coordinator, Mrs. Anelda C. Orpilla, head teachers, and the rest of the faculty and staff, in order to achieve the targeted goals for Brigada Pagbasa program. In fact, teachers facilitated by the Filipino Department conducted an online orientation through Facebook Live to aptly discuss the objectives and activities pertaining to the reading program. The grade 7 level made use of the Phil-IRI Group Screening Test, integrating the Marungko and Fuller approach to assess students' reading levels. Moreover, to determine whether students have access to the internet, since the process was administered through online platforms, Zoom, Google Meet, Messenger, and Messenger Room. On the other hand, for the grade 8 and grade 9 levels, the teacher identified the learners who have reading difficulty in their classes by conducting the pre-test via Google Form. They also had variety of interactive reading strategies and activities, such as show me a picture and explain, arrange the events according to order, the disease and its aftermath, differentiate fact from opinion, truth versus lie, riddling riddles, solve the puzzle, what happens next, and one-word story. And all of these were done with the help of Information and Communication Technology, or ICT, wherein the teacher allowed the students to install the interactive reading application on their laptop, tablets, or PC. The post-test was then conducted via Google Form. Diversely, the grade 10 level commenced their reading activity by getting the list of all grade 10 learners from the grade 9 advisors. Thus, the teachers created group chats for the different designated sections to properly disseminate information among all learners, including their parents or guardians, for an online orientation regarding the conduct of Brigada Eskwela Pagbasa 2021. Pre-evaluation of the reading skills of the learners was done through the administration of a modified or adapted pre-test. For the reading activity, the teachers introduced series of online listening, speaking, reading, and writing activities to the learners. They were given links related to the activity, which were posted through group chats or Facebook, and text messages or voice call. They then listened to songs via online, radio, or recorded songs through cell phone. They were also provided with the printed materials and worksheets. The learners had the option to watch the video through a link or may listen to a song through the radio or in any music player. They answered the activity using Google Forms created by the teachers or through Facebook groups by section, group chats in Messenger, Google Classroom, voice calls, or even through text messaging. The reading teacher subsequently administered a modified or adapted post-evaluation. For students who did not take part during the said program, they will be given a hard copy of reading materials in every quarter as part of the intervention. As part of the Learning Continuity Plan, the Brigada Eskwela Pagbasa 2021 was based on the ratings from this school year's implementation of the program. The result reveals that about 731 or 56
Good day, learners. This is Teacher Lizelle G. Remontizo. Today we're going to talk about the principles of radio broadcasting. But before that, let's have a quick review about what radio is. Although delimited by the presence of other media forms, radio is still commonly used, especially in the rural areas. The major radio principles: on-air delivery, the right tone. We speak more slowly on air than in real life. We need to come off as lively, not as a robot. Also, we must find the right style, a simple one that fits with our character. Respecting others. Our job is to give other people a voice, to let them be heard. The general public deserves the truth. Nevertheless, everybody is owed privacy and respect. There are strict laws against defamation and calumny. Accuracy. Fact-check the information a first source has given you by talking to a second one. Should you have any doubt, fact-check again. Be precise and choose your words carefully, especially when you're quoting someone. Balance. Try to show all sides of the argument, especially when you're dealing with a controversy, be it social, political, or economical. Clarity. The vast majority of your audience is focused on basic needs. Their language is simple. If your audience can't get what you're saying, all the investigating you've done will have been done in vain. No commenting. Commenting is judging, expressing an opinion. This is not why you're there. Protect your sources. Informing the general public is looking for the truth. Broadcasting some heavy news might upset some people or organizations. Sometimes, so as to make these news public, you will have to guarantee anonymity to the people speaking on air. Keep in touch with the newsroom. This is a must both in conflict areas and in peacetime. Back at the station, the anchor and the editor need to know how you are doing so as to properly work on the broadcast. Let's have an activity. Listen to an audio for a radio news program. Then, evaluate using the rubric in the following slides.
The number one station in our nation, always broadcasting non-stop reporting. 109.1 DXMO Torch News Radio. Be the first to know. These are the headlines for today's news. Valley residents rediscovered their treasured natural resources. The Senate approved the validity of the 2020 national budget. Kimetsu no Yaiba the movie, Mugen Train becomes Japan's highest grossing film of all time. 2 gold medalists who prior their victories. Mega concert for 2021. Rain or shine, we bring you the latest news of the hour. For local news, after 6 months of quarantine, the heart of Tambak Bay in the Kuban City has been reopened for public. Here's Ray Macaranas.
Bangi residents of Western Pangasinan revisits the Bangarin Mangrove Marine Protected Area after the 6 months of quarantine. The area is located at the center of Tambak Bay and has been reopened as tourism site just for the residents. This is Ray Macaranas from Torch News Radio. Be the first to know.
For national news, Senate approved the Bayanihan to Recover as One Act and 2020 budget till next year. Here's Kim Labor.
Final reading measures that extends the validity of the 2020 national budget and Bayanihan Recovers One Act was extended until next year. As of November, the government has yet to utilize some 110 billion under the 2020 budget. The Senate Congress is planning to reconsider having a cash-based budgeting system to avoid annual extending spending bills. This is Kim Labor for Torch News Radio. Be the first to know.
Coming up next. International news, Kimetsu no Yaiba the movie, Mugen Train becomes Japan's second highest grossing film of all time. For sports, 2 gold medalists prior their victories. For showbiz news, mega concert for 2021. We'll be right back after these reminders.
This year's Christmas in the new normal. Clean your hands often, cover sneeze, bend your elbow, avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Use social distancing and avoid big gatherings, avoid close contact to anyone. Just stay at home for this Christmas. Clean and disinfect on your home. Please do these steps for your own. Please follow this information to avoid COVID-19 for your health and for your family. Merry Christmas from Torch News Radio. Stay safe.
A friendly reminder from Torch News Radio. And now we're back. For international news, Kimetsu no Yaiba the movie becomes one of the highest grossing film in Japan. Here's Mayan Bermudo.
2 months after its premiere, Kimetsu no Yaiba the movie Mogchs to become one of Japan's highest grossing films of all time. Japanese yen and the Japanese domestic box office alone, reaching a milestone previously surpassed to date with Spirited Away. It's now on track to beat Spirited Away's 3.8 billion Japanese yen to become the highest grossing film in Japan. This is Mayan Bermudo from Torch News Radio. Be the first to know.
For sports, cancer survivor Daniela Regue de la Pesa won 2 gold medals, and Brenna Labadan also won her gold medal and 2 silver medals. Here's Salander Bakaling.
Daniela Reggie de la Pisa is a Southeast Asian gold medalist, and she is also a cancer survivor and won 2 gold medals in the recent Santos 2020 Cup held at Budapest, Hungary. Brenna Labadan, who also won 2 gold medals and 2 silver medals by topping the bowls event in Budapest, Hungary. This is Salander Bakaling from Torch News Radio. Be the first to know.
For showbiz news, 28 local and international artists will be getting together for a mega concert welcoming the new year. Here's Joshua Mantua.
Locals and international artists get together for a mega concert to welcome the new year. By 2020 will feature the virtual performances of Moira de la Torre, Darren Espanto, Ben and many more. The event will be live streamed on multiple platforms on December 31, 7 p.m. Special segment dedicated to awarding the finest local creators for their achievements. This is Joshua Mantua for Torch News Radio. Be the first to know.
Puerto Rico. Bani residents rediscovered their treasured natural resources. The Senate approved the validity of the 2020 national budget. Kimetsu no Yaiba the movie, Morgan Train became Japan's second highest grossing film of all time. 2 gold medalists prior their victories. Mega concert for 2021. And those were the latest news of this hour. 7 days before Christmas. From all of us here at the studio, this is Iron 2, trailblazing to a path to a well-informed society. This is Torch News Radio. Be the first to know.
For your assignment, research and read the principles of radio script writing. Have an awesome day, everyone, and remember, stay safe.